Welcome to another episode of Metal Mastermind. Today we're going to show you an easy way to come up with your own metal riffs. In fact, come up with your own complete metal song using a very popular drum program. Now, this method is a really great way to come up with more creative ideas because the flow of this, and we're going to go through this together, we're actually going to write a metal song together, you and I. The flow of this is going to help you come up with different pieces of music from, let's say, verse to chorus, so that your whole song doesn't sound the same. The tool we're going to be using here, and again, we're going to use this to write a metal song together, you and I, but the tool is called Easy Drummer by TuneTrack. Now, at the time of this video, Metal Mastermind is not sponsored or endorsed by TuneTrack. This is just a songwriting tool that I personally have been using for many years now. One thing I will recommend with this program, with Easy Drummer, is that you also get an add-on pack that's specific to your subgenre of metal music, rock or metal music. In the demonstration of this video, we're going to be using a pack called the Death Metal Pack. Before we start writing the riffs, let's jump into the studio. Let's get a drum track going here for our metal song. Now, the DAW we're using here is PreSonus Studio One, and I've already got this set up. You see, I've already got a drum track set up here. What I'm going to do is I've got Easy Drummer open. I'm going to head over to the browser tab, and we're going to go down to the add-on packs, which again, I've got the Death Metal Pack here. This is a great pack for metal drums, for really almost any subgenre of metal, by the way. So what I'm going to do is again, this is a very simple method. I'm going to go to the up tempo, it's a straight 4/4 time. There's a little section here called No Name. You can see the BPM is at 140. Now, you would want to set your BPM in your DAW to the same, give or take a little. You can be at like probably 160 for these patterns, and it probably works just fine. Just for the sake of simplicity, I'm going to set our BPM to 140 to match the No Name drums. Now, here's the method, all right? This is super simple. All I'm going to do is I'm going to choose a pattern, a loop from the intro, the verse, I'll skip the pre-chorus here, chorus and bridge. So let's do that. Let's just take the first one in each, okay? So intro, gonna take that first loop here, we're gonna drag it into Studio One there, all right? Next, we're going to go to verse. Well, let's just take the first loop in the verse, okay? Gonna drag that in right behind the intro there, okay? Next, let's go to the chorus. We're just going to take the first one, keeping this super simple. We're going to drag that in right behind the verse. And while we're at it, let's just add a bridge. Here's the bridge loops. Let's just take the first one, okay? We're going to drag that in right behind the chorus there. So now we've got the different parts of the song. Let's see what types of riffs we can come up with for these drum patterns. Now, to be fair, I listened to those loops first before recording the guitar, and it did take me a couple of takes to come up with something for each section that I liked, and then I put it together, and of course, that's what you just heard there. And that's the approach that you want to take. In fact, you may just want to drop a loop in for the intro first and not worry about the other loops, but drop that loop in for the intro and then come up with something, come up with a riff to kind of go with that loop. Then drop your loop in for the verse, come up with a riff for the verse, then the chorus and the bridge and so forth. And let's talk about arrangements real quick. So if you wanted to go the traditional route, maybe you want an intro, a verse, a chorus, then maybe you want to go back to the verse, okay? Then go to the chorus, then bridge, and finish out with the chorus. That's kind of the traditional structure of a song. And you can arrange those loops any way you want. You see how easy it is to drag and drop those wherever you want and move them around and so forth. And the greatest benefit to using the loops, and this is why I recommend that you do get some sort of metal pack, okay? Again, I'm using the death metal pack here for Easy Drummer in this example, but you do want to get something that caters to your style of music, because chances are they're going to have loops already created that's going to be at least close enough to come up with some new riffs and write your songs. The idea behind this is to write the song and then maybe pass that along to your drummer or whoever's going to be recording those drum tracks, so at least they have an idea of what you're looking for. But guys, I hope this video helps you, and if you'd like for us to elaborate a little bit more on each part of that, like how we come up with an intro and how we come up with a verse and chorus and so forth from a musical standpoint, please drop a comment and let us know. And lastly, if you're serious about songwriting, we do have a course called Metal Songwriters Forge. I'll leave a link to that course in the description of this video. Actually, I have another video up here. You can go learn about it right there. But I strongly encourage you to check that out. We go over not just the guitar parts, but we get into writing lyrics, writing the melody lines, even including bass and drums. It is a complete metal songwriting course. Again, the course is called Metal Songwriters Forge, and there is a link in the description of this video here, so do check that out. Guys, let us know if you have any questions in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.